Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of T-Dog RC. And this is a bit of a special episode for me because I have been sent something to review by my friends at Banggood. They've sent me a Radiomaster ERS GPS module. So this plugs into an Radiomaster ERS receiver, and it enables you to measure things like the altitude and the speed of your model and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to get this unboxed. Obviously there's not a huge amount to unbox here, but we'll get it on the bench, we'll get it unboxed, we'll have a look at it, and then in this episode we'll get it plugged into a receiver, get it set up on the transmitter and show you how you can start to receive the telemetry off this. And then I'll do another quick follow-on video from this where I'm going to put it in a model and we're going to fly it. So it's going to be something very fast, and we'll see using this just how fast it goes. Also, there's a link in the description if you want to order one of these. I think there's a promo coming up from Banggood soon in June on these, so look out for that. And yeah, as I say, a couple of links in the description, click on those and it'll take you to the Banggood website so you can order your own version. Okay, so let's take a look then, see what we've got. So just a couple of things to note. It's only compatible with Radiomaster ERS receivers. So you can't use this with any of the old S-Bus receivers, or you can't use it with another receiver like FreeSky or anything like that. It's got to be a Radiomaster one, and it's compatible with the ER6, ER8, ER8G and ER8GV. Uses Crossfire, and those receivers have a special little plug on them which this plugs into, so that's why you have to have one of those receivers basically. So it says that it's plug and play. We'll test that shortly. Unfortunately, Banggood were also meant to send me an ER6 receiver, but it didn't come in the post, so I only received this. I've had to actually buy my own receiver. That's coming soon, so obviously I'll just tap that onto this video so you won't know the difference. This, in terms of voltage, takes between 3 and 12 volts, so you can run this on high voltage, which is good, and should weigh around about 13.35 grams, but we'll check that in a minute. We'll get it on the scales and see what it is. So let's just quickly get this open. Okay, see what we've got in the box. So we've got the unit itself, little Crossfire connection cable, then just a little QC test badge there from Radiomaster, which is always good to see. And of course comes in this nice little matchbox style box. So let's have a look at the unit. So it's a nice compact little unit, and then you've just got the connection on there. In fact, sorry, there's two connections. So this is actually an in, if you can see that there. Yeah, you can see it on the camera, so it says in. So you can actually daisy chain these. So I'm guessing that Radiomaster are going to bring out some more sensors. So you connect one into this, and then another one into this, and then this one goes into the receiver. So it's kind of a daisy chain type thing. And then there's your output. So that's, as I said, the one that's going to be going from the unit into the receiver. Right, let's get the scales, let's see how much it actually is. Okay, so we've got those zeroed out. I'm just trying to get it so the light isn't in the way of the display. It says it should be 13.3. Oh, there we go, 13.2, even better, I suppose, with the cable on. Oh no, so yeah, so the 13.35 was just the unit itself, which actually come in 13.2 on my scale, so that's pretty good. Yeah, and as I mentioned in the intro there, so this you can use it for GPS positioning, and you can get those stats and sort of analyse them if you want to. And then the other thing that it can be used for, which is what I'm going to use it for, is ground speed. So as I said, I'm going to put it in something really quick and yeah, do some speed tests. So it should be quite good fun to use it for that. So what I'd like to do is get it plugged into my receiver and show you that process, and getting it hooked up to the transmitter and how you actually read the data. Can't do that right now as I'm filming this bit of the clip because I haven't got the receiver, but by the magic of filming and waiting for 2 days in the post, and I just do this, We now have a Radiomaster ERS, which arrived this morning in the post. So it's Tuesday now, did that last clip on Friday. So I'm going to get this opened and bound to my radio. I've set up a new model and bind this to the radio, and then I'll show you how this thing all comes together. Okay, hopefully you're going to be able to see this okay, because I've turned the backlight off so you can see the display a bit better. So I've got the ER6 bound. So then we're going to plug in this cable into here, goes into the front, and then that should go in here. So you've got a voltage sensor, and then you've got this one. So obviously we're going to use this one here. And there you go, you can see that that is now flashing and powered on. So then I'm going to go into model, and we're going to page across the menu until we get to telemetry. And then we go under sensors, we've got discover new. So I'm going to hit discover new. And there we go, it's found it. So straight away it's found GPS at 15 and ground speed 0 kilometers. Okay, and then once it has discovered the sensors, you can go in. So if you go down to ground speed, for example, you can edit it. And you can change the unit from kph to mph, so I've set mine to mph. And that's kind of it in terms of the setup. It's ready to go. You can see on here I've got a solid blue light and a solid green light. The solid green light means that it's picked up satellites. It looks like a little Wi-Fi symbol. I don't think you can, oh, you can see it there, look. So it looks like a Wi-Fi symbol. It flashes initially whilst it's trying to find satellites, but then goes solid once it's found some satellites. I'm inside at the minute, so I had to take it outside and leave it outside for a bit for it to pick up some satellites. It means it's got at least 4 when it's got a solid green light. But now it's found them, it seems to be on all the time. But I've questioned whether it's actually working properly, just the speed's gone a bit funny. But I think that's because I'm inside. So once you've done all that and you've got it set up, if I go back into the telemetry page, you can then go down and see what data you're getting back from it. And then the blue light means that I've got it in ground speed mode, and that's what it defaults to. And at the moment you can see on here that ground speed, rather bizarrely, is saying 6,713 miles an hour, but you can see that GPS is all on 0. Now if I hold this, there's a little button on the front. If I hold this down, so the blue light goes to red, like that, you can now see that GPS has instantly changed to give me some measurements there, so north and west by the looks of it. Or degrees anyway, so you can see that there. So that shows that it is obviously working. Not sure, as I say, why it's saying 6,700 miles an hour, but really to test that I need to get it into a model and fly it, and hopefully it will be a bit more accurate then. But in order to actually get it to work, what I've done is then gone into special functions on here. Yeah, it's difficult to see, I know. But I've got SF1. When I press that, it plays a value, and the value is GPS speed. So when I hold down this button here,
6,714 miles per hour,
it's just going to tell me what the current speed is. Now what I could do is, obviously I could set it to a 2-position switch, so when I flick that down, it's just going to keep on repeating the speed to me. So if you're flying around and you just want a constant sort of announcement of what the speed is, then you could set it to a 2-position switch, flick that down, and it will just read it out until you flick it back up. But as it stands, I've got it set to that momentary switch. And then the last thing I've done, just to play around with it, is I've gone into the display section on here. So if I just page through, and then the last screen is display. By default there's nothing on this, so there's 4 screens, so they're all set to none, and I have set screen 1 to a number layout, and again you can see there that I've just selected ground speed. So then if I go to my sort of home page here and then hit the telemetry button, you can see there that it's also showing me the ground speed of 6,713.7 miles an hour. So if I'd wanted to, I could obviously have that set up so I can look at that as well whilst I'm flying, but most likely you're going to use the call out. So apologies there, a bit difficult to see the screen, but it's the best I can do. If I put the backlight on, it just completely washes out the image and you can't see anything other than the backlight. So there we go. That's a quick review, quick unboxing of this Radiomaster ERS GPS. Nice little unit. As we've seen, it's fairly lightweight, pretty compact, and also it looks like, as I said previously, you're going to be able to daisy chain more devices onto this, so they've kind of future-proofed it with that. Very easy to set up. All I need to do now is put it in a model. As I said, I'm going to do a quick follow-up video after this one with me putting it in something really fast that I've had in the loft for ages. It's actually something I bought from Banggood, and it's been in my loft for 3 years, so I'm going to get that down. It's just a foam model, build it up, stick this in, and then we'll do some serious speed runs and see how fast we can get it to go, using this to tell us what the speed is. Alright, hopefully you've enjoyed that. And if you're into RC tech and you like playing with gadgets that you can connect to your RC gear, particularly things like Radiomaster, then why not click on the subscribe button? I'd love to have you on board as a subscriber. If you've got any comments, maybe you've already got one of these and you've been using it, stick it down in the comments field, let us know how you're getting on. And in the meantime, I'll see you soon for the next one.